Hi there, my name is Jade. My dad named me after his favorite stripper. I'm a filmmaker and stand-up comedian based in Toronto, Canada. I've been doing stand-up for the last 4 years and decided it was time to release my first comedy special. I filmed my special at Bambino's in Hamilton, which is a lovely, very intimate venue owned by my good friends, Mia and Leo. Back on July 13th, 2024, me and my best friends and family all gathered at Bambino's to have my bachelor party there.
But if you go over 5 minutes, I'll give you like a light and then just like wrap up and get the fuck out.
Him meowing happy birthday to an old lady 3 times sealed the deal.
Kids, when you took the good snacks from the fridge, oh, Jay, you're such a silly guy. All the jokes and all the good times, try to think of all these bad things to say, but it just didn't come out that way, 'cause, dear Jade, you're my brother.
It was one heck of a night, and it only made sense to return for my special.
Your next act, give it up for Carey! Ready!
Over the past few years, I've taken some different classes in comedy, and I felt like I was crafting my storytelling skills, continuing to improve my guitar comedy, and also just working on my signature one-liners. I felt confident enough in my material to go forward with it, yet a little bit of that confidence was likely delusion, and still is. I wrote, restructured, tried bits out at open mics, wrote some more, restructured some more. My goal was to try and string everything along to give it a really cohesive flow. Did I succeed? Well, you're gonna have to watch to find out. I set a date with Bambino's, which for creatives is the most important thing, is giving yourself a deadline. Otherwise, you'll never get the thing done. Once the date was set, I started looking for performers to be on the bill with me that were from Toronto, Niagara, Hamilton, even Montreal. I started selling tickets and doing hardcore promo. Luckily, I'd given myself a lot of time to get the word out there. I had learned some of the tricks of the trade to promote a comedy show from Your Hood's a Joke Danish Anwar and one of his workshops that he had at Kenny Robinson's class. These tools really came in handy, like using Eventbrite. It came with a few speed bumps. I had to change the date once. We had to switch one headliner for another. I went acoustic instead of electric, and on the day of the show I even had to give some people rides. The day of the special finally arrived and we had a sold-out show. Couldn't have wished for more. I had my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, my cousin-in-law, my uncle-in-law, and 2 of my childhood best friends sitting right in the front row of the audience. Honestly, the show was good. All the other comedians on the lineup really killed, and I felt for myself, though, I did feel a little tight. I felt like because there were so many of my friends there, and they had heard my stand-up routines before, that I wasn't really surprising them, so it would have been nice to have a fresh audience that hadn't seen anything I'd done before. I don't want to badmouth my friends and family. I'm very grateful for them for coming. I only had one shot at recording the special, so the next time I put together a special, I'm definitely going to make sure I have at least 2 or 3 goes at it. But because I knew I was only recording it once, I knew that I could take care of things in the edit. The magic of editing! If I didn't get a punchline out, I'd repeat it. Shout out to my wife, Angelica, for being such a steady, incredible camera operator and just supporter of the entire process. Even now, she's recording this. Thanks, babe. Shout out to Leo, who did an amazing job on the live sound, making sure it was a really smooth show. I finished my performance, and my Tito June even brought me flowers. And that brought me right into the next phase, which was pulling all the material together and cutting it into what we have now.
Are you my dad? Are you my dad? Are you my dad?
Then once I had a rough cut together, I started giving it to some of my friends and other comics in the community that could watch it and give me a little bit of feedback, and that was really, really helpful. I removed a few jokes, just the ones that I thought might end up with me being canceled or fired from my current job. I also removed a few jokes that just didn't really work for the whole flow of the special. And if anybody says there wasn't any flow to the special, well then I probably should put them back in. But I found a lot of luck in my promo. It was a really fun month, all of February, as I released all little bits and bobs. I was happy to see that some of the silliest bits did the best online, and it was a tough bidding war that presented itself once the special was done. I had conversations with Amazon Prime as well as Netflix again, and they kind of got into a bidding war. It got really ugly, and I wasn't able to really make a decision to go either way, so because I'm a man of the people, I released the special directly to YouTube, to my community, to my people, to my family. Shout out to Mike Frolic and Birthday Squirrel for the song Better Than I Once Was, as well as shout out to John Carey over at Rancho Fantastico for coming in so clutch with doing the post-production sound. I do appreciate folks that have watched the special and given me their honest feedback, because it's all about growth and getting better as both a comedian, storyteller. It taught me a lot about how to produce a show and how to get the tickets sold, as well as how to get the word out there. My journey in comedy continues.
They did this to themselves, taking in too much Rogan. Last but not least, sorry for being overly apologetic. It's pathetic. Not a good look.
Half Filipino son, Jimmy Jim. Catching the ball, taking 2 dribbles, fading away, up in the air, bounce, bounce. Is this the dagger?
You did the best. You did the best with all you had. Sorry for all the maple syrup clickbait. But you know we'll never be a 51st date.
Doctor gave me my results and said, "Sir, you have the highest sperm count we've ever seen." But they're abnormal. They're the saddest sperm we've ever seen. I'm like, "What does that mean, Doc? Am I infertile? My kid's gonna have Down syndrome?" He said, "Oh no."
Go watch
You're gonna have Up syndrome.
my comedy special on YouTube. If you don't, you're an absolute noob. I'm special, not like that. You're special, just like that. But together we are Canadian special. Thank you very much.